You ever feel like you're pouring love into your marriage, but somehow it's just not connecting? Or perhaps you're on the receiving end and you feel like a gap despite your partner's best efforts. This disconnect is more common than you might think, and it often boils down to speaking a different love language.
Yes, that gap can lead to feelings of neglect and loneliness, making you wonder if your spouse really knows you. But here's a beacon of hope. Understanding and applying the concept of love language can bridge the gap, transforming your marriage into a haven of deep and mutual understanding.
Let me take you back to our early years. I thought I was showing Tanya love every way I knew how. And for me, that was a lot of times through acts of service. I'd fix things around the house thinking these actions were like just screaming love. And I remember in particular an example around the dishwasher where, I would get frustrated that she wasn't doing it my way, which, by my perception at the time was the right way. And so I was going to help her. She would leave it till the end of the day and then clear everything from the sink into the dishwasher. I would go in and try and get that done so we wouldn't have dishes in the sink. Well, it not only wasn't showing her love, it was creating stress because we were creating a little bit of conflict that was totally unnecessary. So my effort to show love was creating frustration on my part and frustration on her part because I didn't understand how to connect with her.
Yeah. And from my perspective, while I appreciated John's efforts, there was a longing for him to express his feelings verbally. I liked that verbal affirmation. It wasn't that there wasn't love there, it was lost in translation. That realization led us on a journey of not just discovering, but actively speaking each other's love languages.
Yeah, interestingly enough, this is something to keep in mind. As our family grew, we have 4 kids now, but as it grew and life became busier, Tanya's love language did shift a bit. So it suddenly acts of service like helping with the kids or taking over dinner preparation became a primary love language for a season, even though words of affirmation used to be and were still important. It was a vivid reminder that love languages aren't static. They evolve and change with our circumstances and our life stages.
Yes. This evolution underscores the importance of staying attuned to each other's needs. So love can be expressed in the right language at the right time. It can truly make your spouse be seen and valued. So it's about making the effort to understand them and then acting out that knowledge.
Yeah, I think Gary Chapman did a very good job in illustrating this through his book, The 5 Love Languages. And that was really impactful for our understanding of this aspect of our marriage. It categorizes the way we give and receive love into 5 types. Words of affirmation, quality time, receiving gifts, acts of service, and physical touch. And the thing is, understanding these languages opens up a new dimension of intimacy and connection in your marriage. But when you don't understand them, it's like you're speaking a different language they don't understand.
Yes, so the first one is words of affirmation. It's not about just saying I love you. It's about affirming your partner, recognizing their achievements, and verbalizing your appreciation and affection for them.
Quality time, it means giving your undivided attention, sharing moments, and making memories together. It's about being present, physically and emotionally. So it doesn't count if we're talking over dinner and I've got my screen up in front of me with my phone and she's got the same. That's not quality time.
Receiving gifts, it symbolizes thoughtfulness and effort. The value isn't the gift itself, but the meaning behind it. It shows somebody that you were thinking of them if you give them a gift.
Yeah, and then, acts of service. This was it's appropriate that I would talk about acts of service, given our discussion earlier. In this context, actions, speak louder than words. And so it's doing things your spouse would like. It's easing their burden out of love, even if it's something you don't want to do.
Yes, and physical touch, just a gentle touch, a hug, a kiss, can convey love and reassurance. It's about the physical closeness and intimacy.
Yeah, recognizing your own spouse's primary love language is like finding a key to their heart. But remember, it's equally important to revisit and adapt these love languages as your relationship grows and evolves. As time we had more and more little kids, under 3. It's nice that I was giving words of affirmation to Tanya, but she needed some physical help too. And just as you think about that importance of not only understanding it once but ongoing, there's actually a free online quiz you can take to help zero in on understanding for you and your spouse. It's you can look at the 5 love languages quiz on a browser and find that.
Yes, we found that direct conversations about love languages instead of assumptions can deepen your connection. You want to talk about it. What is your love language? You know, it invites openness and vulnerability, laying a foundation for a more fulfilling relationship.
Yeah, I know it's crazy that, actually talking to each other and meaningfully so is actually helpful versus guessing. So that is a good tip pretty much for everything in marriage. But start by observing and reflecting on what truly makes your partner feel loved. Experiment with different kinds of expressions and of love and notice their reactions. It's okay to try something that maybe doesn't work as well and then try something else that does. And then you do more of the one that works. And crucially, again, communicate. Ask your partner what makes them feel most loved and share your feelings too in a nice way.
Encourage your spouse when they make an effort to speak your love language. Give them positive feedback and be open about what resonates with you. The mutual understanding and respect for each other's love language can significantly enhance your marriage bond.
Yeah, and so it's so important to have that conversation and to be able to give feedback in a constructive way. I hope this has really been a message that's been powerful and helpful for a lot of you. For those of you who may be ready to dive into a deeper understanding and want to start really getting some help to apply this and other concepts to strengthen your marriage, you can visit solidrockmarriagerestoration.com. You can schedule a call with us to discuss how we can help guide you through enriching your marriage and strengthening it, or in some cases, healing and restoring it. Join us. I hope you take a look. Check it out.
Embracing and applying the 5 love languages is more than just a strategy. It's a journey towards a more intimate and loving marriage. So together, let's unlock the full potential of your relationship, ensuring you both feel truly loved and appreciated in the language that speaks to your hearts.
Yeah, so once again, hope this has blessed you today. May the grace and peace of our Lord be with you. Have a good day.